Hey everybody, we're live with Cooking with Johnny and Renee.
Hello. Well, we've started out. I've already cut the potatoes. I've got my grease hot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start them here.
But be careful.
More water in my lemon. You do not want that.
Yeah, we want to drain those a little better next time.
You got to
Yeah.
hurry behind here.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is, you see how this is bubbling up? We're going to start out by getting them, we call it pre-fried. I'm going to get them to kind of just get that moisture out of them. So we're going to start that here. I'm going to lay that there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on over to the chicken. A lot of times you get busy through the day and you don't have a lot of time. So like I said, I'm making a chicken dish tonight. It's right here. I've already put oil in here, some garlic. I'm going to put some onions. Now I'm using the sear method on the quick cooker. I'll put some onions in the rice.
Let me come up here close so we can see this. All right, so this is a Pampered Chef product that he's demoing here.
Now to add some flavor, I've got some honey flavored whiskey,
And don't worry, we'll cook it out.
about 2 ounces.
And
What's that, Michelle? Now what I've done is I've took the chicken, I've soaked it in salt water for about an hour and a half right now. So the chicken breast has been soaked. And what that does is a lot of your packaging people will put some kind of
Preservative.
preservatives in with their meat package, and I don't want to eat preservatives. I want to eat the flavor of the meat. So we got that going. Now I'm going to set the chicken breast into the quick fry. Make sure I'm still on this searing factor. And what I've got here is some brown sugar. I got some salt.
Hello, Faith. Welcome.
And some pepper. We're going to let that sear for a minute. The thing is let that sit there. I'm going to lay that right there. Come over here to the fries. Remember how this was all boiling over earlier?
Oh, that looks
These are
really
about
good.
done. So I'm going to take these out. I'm going to let them sit there for a little while, and we'll come back and we'll do a little bit different.
Now, the beauty of this with the Pampered Chef product is that he has everything going over here in the Pampered Chef cooker while he's working on the stove. So this is going to cut your prep time in half because you can actually be doing 2 things at one time.
Because what happens in our household is we have a child that does not like the rice and the vegetables
So we wind up cooking 2 different meals.
quite often. So I'm going to let them sit for a minute. And come back to the refrigerator. And Michelle helped me cut the chicken up. And what I have here is I have the chicken. I prepped it and put salt water, let it get timing there. Then I came back and I cut and made chicken strips out of it. I mixed an egg and buttermilk together. Then I let it marinate in egg and buttermilk. I have already prepped up a flour mixture, salt, pepper, cornmeal flour. It's 1/4 cornmeal to whatever flour you use. That's what I do. And I put the salt and pepper into my mixture. We're going to come over here and look at this. Now see how this is already turned white on the outside edges? Now because of this dish that I'm using chicken breasts, which are huge, I want to help cut the time because my rice is going to be another time period. So I'm doing it at this point right there.
So this product is actually a steam cooker, or it's like a pressure cooker?
Right, steam pressure.
Okay, steamed pressure. Johnny is our product expert and our chef.
I wouldn't say expert.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So it's a multi-ability.
Just a moment while this device reconnects.
Good thing about having.
You can
Alexa
always
going.
count on Alexa.
Now, what I'm going to do now is
Welcome, Daryl.
I'm letting this grease get back up to temperature because the fries took the temperature out of it. So we're gonna let that sit for a minute. So again, I have chicken breast searing in a quick cooker under sear mode. I have onions, garlic, salt, pepper, and brown sugar. I use a hot olive oil. You see that?
It gives it just a little bit of spice. It's not overpowering.
Yeah, it's not gonna send you wanting a glass of milk or eat a piece of bread, but it does give it some that bite and flavor. Again, it's got salt and pepper. Let's just go a little bit longer. And the good thing about when I switch this over to pressure mode, it's going to.
Welcome, Lindsay.
We got that going. We are at 300 degrees here. We need to get this a little bit hotter. The other thing I do is not put the chicken, is I always carry gloves for my hand. And I use tongs for my dry drop into the grease. This will keep contamination. So investing in some kitchen gloves that are just disposable is very handy. And, now if you look over here, what I've done here is I have put the rice in a cup of rice, a cup of chicken broth, some of the onions that I did not use into the searing method, salt and pepper. And I'm going to take a spoon, just kind of stir up the flavor.
Now tell us a little bit about this product, Johnny, and how it's going to work in the steam pressure cooker.
It's become like a, you can go buy just a normal everyday pressure cooker, but the advantage of this Pampered Chef is that it gives you a lot more options and a lot quicker, and again you get the guarantee that, and like we found when we bought one of these,
Welcome, Lynette.
we bought one of these and got the thing, and within 3 months we told with the Pampered Chef you're going to have the guarantee.
Yeah, I had the, what do they call it, Instapot.
Instapot.
And this is a lot more versatile than the Instapot because you really couldn't put the other piece in there like you can with the Pampered Chef.
No. So now that I have this all mixed up, this comes with a little lid. I'm going to wrap this over top of this. Get it good and tight. I'm going to set this rack inside here. And you can see that it's right on top of the chicken.
Which the rack is kind of handy too. You can also put eggs on that to steam, boil some eggs and different things, steam vegetables or whatever you want to do with the little rack.
And it's very useful.
Now, I'm going to
Lindsay wants to know, do you use the pressure cooker like an Instapot?
yes.
It is somewhat like an Instapot, a little bit more versatile though, as he's showing you here. He's stacking some things inside here. So he's actually cooking the chicken and doing the rice on top.
It's like a 2-in-1 cooker, basically.
I'm going to set the lid on top of this. I have my timing. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this mode.
So you were in sear mode
I was in sear mode.
and now you're going into the pressure mode.
Pressure cooker. You'll see it has open and closed. You close it, you turn the knob, and we're going to get it over here to poultry, chicken and poultry. Then I'm going to hit my time, and I'm going to cook this for 10 minutes, and hit start. Now this is going to build up pressure.
Yeah, it is a lot like an Instapot in that it takes it a minute to build up and it'll take it a minute to come off. So you can't just rip the lid off when you get finished or you're going to have issues.
But see, I'm done. Now I'm cooking one meal and I'll have it ready for us in roughly about 20 minutes. Now I come back over here to the kids' meal. I turned the grease down to get it to cool off a little bit because it was doing this over here. So give me just a minute to get that. Do we have any other questions?
Anybody else have a question? He answered that for you, Lindsay? Hey, Steve, welcome.
So we got this coming up. Now, do you want to talk about what you're going to be doing here in a minute with your stuff?
Okay. And what we are doing tonight is we're going to prepare, it's sort of like a fruit chutney that we've done with some watermelons, and I think I put some strawberries in there, some kiwi fruit. We have some yellow watermelon, some red,
And
peaches, and we also have blueberries in there. And we're going to just put them on just your standard little shortcake cups in a minute. But one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the refrigerator and get some cream. So while he's doing this, I'm going to have some homemade whipped cream going in the background.
Yep.
So-
And I'm gonna be happy.
For this, we will need the heavy whipping cream. You have enough of this one, I have to get it out. So I'm going to pour probably around about a cup of heavy whipping cream in. I'm pouring it straight into the mixer. Which Pampered Chef does not have a stand mixer, but if you don't have one of these, they are amazing. Because it allows you to kind of just, again, turn it on and just leave it. So I'm opening this up, and I'm sort of a dump cook, so I don't really measure anything. But that's approximately a cup. And we have about a quarter of a cup here of just regular cane sugar. We're going to put that in. And I'm going to go in with about a teaspoon of vanilla.
Which is very easy.
So now that I've done that, I'm just going to turn this up a little bit and let it mix in. So once I see that everything has gotten mixed and kind of congealed there together, I'm going to turn it up on high speed, and it's just going to sit there and mix until we get a thick cream. So we're going to have just like a whipped cream.
Which is about you.
All right? And that may be a little noisy for a little bit. And can you put those back on?
You can't hear me.
This is
Just let me know.
garbage in this system.
Again, I'm putting on my glove.
I'm going to try to move away from this mixer just a little bit so it's not just right in your ear. Now, what he has used to prep this with, and we haven't showcased these yet, but we'll show you them in a minute. Pampered Chef has some little silicone type mats that you chop on. And I've used those type of mats for years and just love them. That's one of my favorite things for a cutting board because they are so easy to clean. But with these are really, really heavy. I'm going to just kind of show you one of them here. They also have, this one shows you the different types of knives and what they're used for. It also has some measurements on the side of it. This one shows you when somebody says like a thumb or a palm or a handful or 2 hands full, a fistful, that shows you kind of what they're talking about in terms of size. And the other one, he has over here with the chicken on it, so I apologize, it's still a little bit dirty. This is one of the coolest ones, I think, because it has
Basically,
a measure on it for julienne, fine julienne, large dice, small dice, and it also has your measurements down here on the bottom.
basically,
That's correct. So it kind of gives you a guide as to what they're meaning when they say these different terms. And we're still cooking here with the Instapot. These are some other little things that Johnny didn't show you. These are the little silicone mitts, and they come in a set of 2. They are really, really handy to just kind of pick up something out of the oven.
it's basically sort of kind of
It's kind of like a little crab claw of sorts.
Sorry.
So we're gonna go back over here to Johnny. He's still working away on this chicken.
He's
And-
making shredded chicken.
I think he's got some in there already going, so he's already taking some of that chicken up.
Oh, is it in there?
Let's take a look over here and see what's going on. So now you can see we have our whipped cream. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off.
And then we can start cooking.
And we'll let that sit there for a little bit until we get everything done for dessert.
Which is going to be amazing. Also, if you hear whining in the background.
All right. You may want to go and stick this out in the outer fridge so that it will stay cold until we get done. And if Lindsay were here, I'll assure you she'd be licking the beater bar. All right.
The other thing good with chicken tenders like this is if you fry them up, you can use these for appetizers.
Yeah, or even later, if you want to warm it up the next day for a chicken sandwich or anything like that, on a chicken salad. There's all kinds of things that you could do with these.
I got lazy here. I'm trying to do two things at one time. Just gonna put that away from my all that is.
Yeah, there's another good reason for having that glove, because once you get all the chicken breading stuff all over your fingers, that's one of the hardest things to wash off. That, or if anybody makes bread, it's like getting that dough on your fingers. It's just almost impossible to get it off.
Now I'm cooking this at about 350 and some corn oil. And I've cut the strips down. You want, when you're cooking and frying chicken, you want it to be able to cook tender and done. So you don't want a big piece unless you're cooking in something like an Instapot. And that has not come to temperature yet.
No, it takes a minute for those to come up. So we're still kind of churning away over here. You can tell that it's not come to temperature yet because you can see the little thing that's moving around and around. And once it does come up, it will show you that it's cooking. That's one of the things that you do need to kind of factor in is the time to get it to pressure. So even though you may be only cooking for 10 minutes, it's going to take a little bit for it to come up to pressure.
And it come down.
And to come down as well. So like I said earlier, you can't just jerk the lid off because it is still a pressurized pot.
Any questions out there?
Okay, so we're coming along nicely with the chicken, and we're still, the Instapot actually has come up now, so you can see it's got the time on there that it's going to cook, so it's going to start counting down from now. You can also notice on the side it shows you that it's locked, so that's how you know that everything is locked down good and we're good to go. So it is pressurized now and it started its cooking time.
Which is very interesting. And that's still doing the chicken.
Lindsay wants an Instapot, but she's scared of them.
Well, Lindsay, I just hear this.
Oh, good.
Well, there's no need to be scared of this one.
Well, the thing with any kind, I've used pressure cookers for years, which I'm about to tell now that I'm older than dirt. But whenever I first started using them, they were old school, and it had like a little twist lid on it and a little seal. So you twisted the lid, then you put this little weight on the top of it, and it would kind of bob up and down, and you knew at that point that there was pressure. I love them. Yeah, those were nice, Lynette, but I have blown up one of those before. So I think this is much, much safer because that incident did not end well for me or for my ceiling, for that matter. Lindsay may remember that, but I blew the lid off of the pressure cooker and it actually blew peas all over my ceiling in my old house.
That's why she's not gonna do that.
Yeah, Johnny has me on a short leash. We do cook good together, though. We cook a whole lot. But I've learned a lot from Johnny, and I hope he's learned a little bit from me. Probably not as much as I did from him.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's why you're scared of him. I think Lindsay evidently remembers that incident.
Well,
Yeah, it kind of dampened my zeal for them for a little while.
it's just not what you need to.
Okay, we've almost got the chicken completely done.
And we're about ready to start on dessert.
And somebody, last night there was a discussion about, okay, I use cornbread, I use cast iron for cornbread. I mean, we're not here, if you've got cast iron, this pan I'm cooking in right now is actually Renee's grandmother's.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be Lindsay's great-grandmother. So this pan has been around longer than Pampered Chef. The good thing about buying a quality item is that's a long time. I mean, Renee's really old.
Oh, thank you.
But it lasts. And now, not only did her grandmother cook with her mother, and Renee cook with her mother with it, now me and her are cooking with it, and me and Michelle are cooking with it. That's generations after generations of doing things. This is going to last.
It's basically inherited.
And that's the same with Pampered Chef products. They are quality, so it will be something that you'll be able to use and pass down. Because I know I've had pieces of it that I've had since I started housekeeping probably close to 30 years ago. Quit laughing, Johnny. So I started buying it a long time ago. And it does last. And I don't think I've had any of the pieces that I've bought tear up or have any problems with them. All right, so Johnny's plating the chicken now.
No, I am getting ready to do something else.
Oh, you're getting ready to do something else?
I misjudged what I was doing.
Well, that is one of the mistakes that we kind of did make tonight is we failed to take into consideration the amount of time that it's going to take this Instapot to come up to pressure and come down.
As you notice, it's counting down right now.
So we're now still 6 minutes, have 6 minutes of cook time, and it'll take it about as long to come down off of the pressure cycle as it did to get up there.
But
Did you hear the questions people have?
Does anybody have any questions so far? Well, what Johnny was talking about earlier about, using the products that you already have, that's one of the things that we really like is that you can use the Pampered Chef products with things that you already have. There's a lot of utensils and different types of tools that they offer. So even if you want to just buy something really, really small, you can get items for under $25. So it's not like you have to spend a fortune to get, how much is the Instapot? The Instapot, I think, is $2.25. I'll have to get the book. Go get me the book, honey. But if you do a party for us, or if you, that's the air fryer. My apology. Johnny will have to tell you about that. He's our product expert.
The Instapot is in the $200 range. But just if you host a party or if you have points, you can take that off of that. Especially if June, your double rewards month. That knocks that price down, so it gets you down into the range. The Instapot is very, very,
It's very
comparable
versatile.
to whatever you're gonna buy on the market. But what you're gonna buy on the market is gonna be around $200. I haven't seen one at Walmart for less than $199, and it doesn't do all the functions that this does. Now, you remember I told you earlier that I was gonna take the fries back in? I'm going to drop the fries back in. And now that the moisture is out of them, I'm going to put some crispiness on.
All right, so the cooker just by itself is $249, but if you want it with all the products that he's showing you, the little stoneware piece that went in the top, it's $299. But again, selling stuff in a party, if you decide that you want to sell Pampered Chef, you can get that in your kit. So that's available in a kit.
Yeah, the kit.
And the kit is not much more than the whole cost of the
kit is
Instapot.
cheaper than the pot.
Yeah, so that's a good way to get those type of items if you want to get started selling with us. Welcome, Raquel. How are you?
So we want to get your
So Raquel came in a little bit late with us. Johnny is cooking some chicken here on the stove, and what we're showing is how you can kind of prepare 2 meals at one time, because our children never want to eat the same thing that we do. So he's just using a lot of conventional tools here on this side to cook a regular meal, while over here in the Instapot, we've got 3 minutes counting down. So we have in this Instapot some chicken and some rice. So the chicken is on the bottom. We've already seared that in the pan, and seared that with some onions and some spices that he's put in there. And now we have the rice on the top, so we're cooking this. So in about 3 minutes, plus whatever time it takes for it to take the pressure back down, we'll have both meals done. And that's the beauty of having this pot.
The other good thing about is a lot of the stuff that you use is easy cleanup. You can go right from where using it
Straight into the dishwasher. Now the cast iron that they offer will be like conventional cast iron.
Now the crock pot does not. And if I've had a crock pot, I may have used it as my frying tool. I wouldn't deny because I wanted to use something from the past, because that's a point that I want to bring out. Family is cooking together. I mean, I learned to cook with my mom. That is just one of the things in my life I really, really appreciate. That she took the time,
To teach them.
teach me, and took the patience and all the mistakes. I mean, cooking. If you think you can just walk in the kitchen and start cooking, that is just a misnomer. I mean, I don't care what cooking show you watch, or I'm putting salt on these fries
Because we like the fries salty.
and just some plain black pepper.
That's why we better close that dishwasher before you.
And Shelly's gonna make sure she's done had her honey mustard on her plate, some parsley.
Oh, those look really good. Yeah, those look good. We need a Billy Bass. If Billy Bass was in this kitchen, Johnny would fry him. We have been looking for some sea bass, and we haven't been able to locate any of that yet. All right, so our Instapot over here is now down to 1 minute. So when it finishes its cycle, you'll see that same little circle pattern rotate around until it's safe to open the pot. So now we have it going off. So it's going to let us know that it's powering down on the pressure. So now it's set into warming. So we'll just hang on to that until the little lock shows unlocked, and we'll be able to open that.
Now, while that's doing that, I like keeping it clean. This Pyrex dish, again, is from my mom. If you recognize it, you probably were born before 1960. It's just something, I like cooking with things that, I mean, it's a way of sharing the memory of my mom. I mean, this is where I got to love to cook. And my grandmother, I mean, there's nothing better than providing for your family. Not only, I mean, I don't go to work every day, I provide that way. But, I mean, that's, your kids do not see that aspect. Cooking them a meal, how's that chicken, Michelle?
I haven't tried it.
Give it a try, and what do you think about it? You almost got both?
Yeah.
get you. Yeah, this is the Pampered Chef bowl. You cannot have too many mixing bowls, too many types of mixing bowls.
Don't hit
What?
Now, the dishwasher does not come with Pampered Chef, so I'm sorry.
But if it did, then that'd be nice.
And Renee's gonna start working on the dessert. Was that chicken you good? Did she let you get a bite of it?
Oh, it was really, really good.
How good was it?
If I was rating, then it would be a 4-star.
4 stars, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody say anything there, Michelle?
Sorry.
Not seeing anybody saying anything.
Y'all, Michelle's in charge now, so you're yeah, her.
Yeah, Shelly's running the show now. Don't fidget too much, you're gonna make them all around her.
Oh, sorry. So, if anybody got any questions, yeah. So, Masiki is right now making a dessert over
I'm
here.
making a dessert, and what I'm using here is actually a Pampered Chef product. This
Yes.
is one of their little glass bowls. There's
Basically-
two sizes.
Also, it's a measuring cup, too. Oh, sorry. Let me go on the other side. So, in the bowl we got,
So these are gonna be just like a standard strawberry shortcake of sorts.
yeah. So right now we got, in this bowl is blueberries, peaches, strawberries, kiwis, and
Yellow and red watermelon.
yeah.
So earlier, I
Also,
took some cream and I made some homemade whipping cream.
hi, Beaverly. I think that's how I pronounce it. So, over here we got the homemade
Homemade whipped cream.
cream.
We're gonna pour this out on this here like that. And I know Lindsay would be
She's already.
licking the bowl if she were here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just garnish this with a little blueberry right there on top.
And the other one,
That's a very large blueberry on that one.
oh,
Which, with desserts
somebody asked the
especially-
question, what's the airspeed, but I can't pronounce that word, of an,
What's the airspeed velocity of an? I have no earthly idea.
wait, what did she say? Let me hold it. Hey, I want to hold it.
Okay, we got it now. All right, so we have prepped the desserts. We have the chicken and everything ready for the kids' meal.
It's delicious.
And over here, we're powering down to the unlock mode, so we should be able to get in this thing. It looks about like 5 seconds, if I'm reading that correctly.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay, my bad.
Now that I've calmed down, we're going to show you a few things that I didn't show you. Garlic press was very handy. Many times I have. Where's my tool? This is what I used to mince my garlic with. This, put the garlic cloves in there, push down, done. You don't know how many times I busted my knuckle with that way.
And it has a special quality to it about the metal, so if you have the garlic scent on your hand, you can rub it across the metal and it takes it off of your skin.
The other thing she showed you, put the cutting board correct?
Yes.
Alright, and the cutting board. Where is the fry cutter?
Oh, the fry cutter I've put up, it's washed and put in there. Bring it, Michelle, it's in the dining room in there. The little thing you were using earlier, which we put up a video of Michelle cutting the fries earlier. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but it's a little bit of difficulty for her to do it, but even Michelle was able to finally cut through the very large potatoes that we had in there. They were very large white potatoes. So she's going to show you this cutter.
Mostly, honey.
So bring it over here and just open it up. Bring it right here.
I was gonna show them. So, super 10, and you have to rock it.
So it has blades in here. So you're going to put the potato in this little part right here, and the blades are going to slice down through it so that you can take it and just put a tomato, potato, whatever you have in there that you need bell pepper, anything you want to slice, and it makes even measured slices every time, and it's very easy to use this.
Now, she just did it in fry mode. What you can do after you do the fry is you can take the cut pieces, turn them this way, and cut again, and you're going to have
Gajillion, kind of.
a julienne cut,
Which is really nice.
a cube cut, which is handy. Very, very easy. Michelle, your food is there.
Yep.
You can go ahead and eat, Michelle. Your food is cold.
Okay.
All right, we are now waiting on our food to come out of the Instapot.
Be right back.
So does anybody have any questions so far about anything you've seen? There are a lot of other products that we haven't shown you tonight, but we will preview those. We're going to do a very exciting live demonstration. We're going on vacation in a couple of weeks on Dolphin Island, and we're going to go down and do some live demonstrations there. Kind of thinking about cooking maybe some blue crab or some different things. Just
What are some
depend.
things they want to say?
Yeah, if there's something in particular you want to see in the seafood range or something like that, then we would be able to do that for you. Just let us know if you have something you want to actually see done or any of the tools demonstrated. Just let us know. She wants to see those chicken strips. Well, I better get over here and show them to you before the kids get to them, because if they get to them, they will be gone quickly.
I'll show you mine.
But there are chicken strips.
Here's some others.
And as you can see, Michelle already has her honey mustard and her fries going, so she is good to go.
Yeah. And the real taste.
1 minute left.
So we're waiting 1 minute on the Instapot, so hopefully we'll be able to get in there and open that up in just a second.
These are the little, did you talk about these?
Yeah, I kind of showed it to him, but pick up a pan with it because I kind of just held it up and really didn't.
This isn't really for pans. This is for like,
Thank you, Lynn.
you got something in the microwave. It gives you the ability to hold it and grab it. I mean, how many times they've got grips on them to hold? So you're not like a normal. And again, these are some items you can get off of the page, and they're not that expensive.
I'm not sure what they cost. I can see just a second here. That's something that I am really going to enjoy because I am the classic finger burner around here. I'm always grabbing something while it's hot. It's just kind of like a weird thing I do. I'm not really sure why that I do that. All right, I'm looking for those oven mitts. Which we will be getting more products in as time goes by. Some of the things in our kit have been back ordered, and we are ordering different things as time goes by.
Now, understand that as with all the COVID stuff and all the stipulations that Pamper Chef has to go through, I mean, only so many people can work and everything. The orders are a little slower right now. They're not, so I want that to be understood in the front, but they are working on that.
Yeah, you will get your product. It's like everything else that you order nowadays. It's just a little bit of a delay sometimes on certain things. All right, here are the mitts, and I can show you these in the book. There's several different types of them actually. We have ours are actually red. Hey Barbara, welcome in. But we have the big silicone mitts. I absolutely love those things. There's like a little silicone pad and all the little finger things, and then you see the ones that Johnny was showing you earlier. So those are $15 for a set of 2.
And also, here's the cutting board.
And there's the cutting boards as well that we were showing you earlier. And those cutting boards, Let's see if I can find those. Those are $40 for all three of those.
Okay. Now I've reached the 10-minute mark. If you walk over here, you'll know you saw the steam come up. The little red dial pops down. That tells you you're safe to open. I'll put
Oh,
that-
wow.
I'll set this right here. Again, this is why I like the little grips, even my big hands. As you come in here,
Hey, Tina, how are you? If you came in on the end of this, we will put the video up.
You can rewind if you need to.
All right, let's take a look at what's in the pot. Oh my goodness, those look good. So that has your bourbon, I think he put in there. And
has a honey bourbon.
we're doing great, Tina. Hope you're well.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to get this out.
Oh yeah, those look really good. So the sear is on there because he was able to sear it earlier before he put the pressure seal down. So he actually seared it inside the pot here. So everything was left in there, all the cooking juices and everything from where he seared it. And that is one of the things that makes this a little different from most Instapots, is they don't really offer, a lot of them don't offer that type of feature where you can sear it. What all can we make in the Instapot, Johnny, is a question from Tina.
You can do steak, you can do soup, you can do stew, you can do rice, you can do, of course, this is the rice over here.
Yeah, we have a roast and some carrots out of our garden and things like that planned. So here's the rice he put in. Now, one of the things we love to do, it didn't really match with this meal, but one of the good recipes that you could do easily in this is to put your chicken broth in there and open up a can of Rotel tomatoes and just throw that in there with a little olive oil, stir that around, throw it in your Instapot, maybe with something kind of Mexican on the bottom. And that is a fabulous, fabulous rice dish, and it's really quick and easy to make.
Now again, I cooked this rice in a chicken broth.
Look how fluffy and pretty that is. It's so hard to get rice. When I try to cook rice on the stove, it just sticks. And hey, Jim, welcome. Can you cook bread in there? Now,
Yes, you can break bread, you can actually do dessert, cheesecake. It has a dessert setting. You can buy the spring fork pan and make a cheesecake in there.
He's supposed to be putting
now the bread, I want to experiment with the stoneware for the bread, Jim, and I'm going to make some bread. I'm going to do a pumpernickel loaf soon. I just haven't gotten that all worked out yet, but we will be doing some bread and some different things. And like I said, we are going to be broadcasting from down on Dauphin Island on the ocean in a couple of weeks. And we're going to do seafood and whatever we can come up with down there. All right, so he's showing you the doneness and the tenderness of the meat.
Look at the juices run out of there.
That does look delicious. Now, he has a lot of the drippings left over here that you could use for like a gravy, if you wanted to do that. You could probably even put a little cornstarch in there and turn it back up on the sear and make a gravy.
There's a lot of things you can do in the Instapot.
This is one of the things I'm most excited about is the Instapot. We're really just starting to play with it now, but as time goes by, we will come up with different things to do, and we'll showcase those for you.
Like different recipes.
And you could have thrown some green beans or whatever else you wanted in with the chicken. We talked about doing that, but just didn't get around to doing it. So you could have cooked the green beans in with the chicken, or carrots, or whatever you wanted to put in there. Anybody have any questions about anything? Like I said, if you came in late, we are going to post the video online so you'll be able to go back and watch our live broadcast. We like to have them live so that you can participate and ask questions if you want to. Lynette says that she boils her eggs in there and she uses the fresh eggs, and she says the shells come right off. And I haven't gotten that yet. That's one of the things I'm actually ordering that for my son Austin. He's having a party also, so we're going to order that from him just to kind of help him out. And I'm going to have that egg cooker soon. Which, like I said, you could put it on the little small piece that we have. You could put a few eggs on there, but I don't think you could get as many as you can get in the egg cooker. I think it holds maybe 18. Is that correct, Lynette? It will hold several. Now, another thing, on another broadcast, we're going to do some deviled eggs. If anybody likes deviled eggs, I'm going to showcase several different kinds of them and how they can be done quickly and easy with the Instapot, which we do all kinds of deviled eggs. We have a Bloody Mary deviled egg. We have some with bacon and just all different kinds of bacon and mustard.
The bacon ones are delicious.
Net says she does 18 to 24 in her cooker on the rack that you can order to do the eggs on.
And if you go back and see the last party we did here with our family loves deviled eggs.
Yes, they do. Well, I like to just eat boiled eggs sometimes for breakfast. That's just a really quick.
And that right there is the final version of that chicken.
There we go. So we had probably about 30 minutes prep time before this just to get everything ready and set up to do this. This is a really quick meal. But the beauty of this with the Instapot is while we use the traditional cookware and all the things over here to cook the kid meal, while we're doing that, we have everything else for our dinner going over here in the Instapot. So that just makes it really quick and easier. If you need to go outside and work in the yard or whatever you need to do, just put this on and it's good to go.
I mean, you're talking 20 minutes. I mean, Vicky's going to school. Y'all is getting. I mean, when school starts back up, you have homework. Spending the first 10 minutes of getting everything ready and then putting it to 20 minutes over gives you time to do the other things that you have to do as a family. But, I mean, I encourage you to bring your kids in here. Math. Cooking is great for math. Teaching them cups. Getting it out. If you don't know it very well,
Fractions, yeah.
learn. I mean, I learned math and fractions from my mom in the kitchen. I learned how to add. I mean, how to double. How to split. I learned history. I mean, you learn from each other, sharing and doing things as a family.
And that's the beauty of doing things as a family, is bringing all the recipes down through the ages. I know a lot of the things that we cook sometimes came from my mother or from his mother. And you take that and you incorporate different things into it and you kind of make them your own. And they just travel down through time. So that's a piece of yourself that you can give to your children that can go on beyond, what your lifespan is.
Now, I'm not going to say the Instapot is going to carry on, but the cast iron Pampered Chef pails will carry on if you have Pampered Chef. If you have cast iron for your grandparents, it carries on. And handing that on to them when they cook for their family, it's a different feeling. I would never have understood it when I was Michelle's age when I learned to cook till I do now.
Thank you, Jim. And we appreciate all of you coming in with us tonight. And we hope that you've had a good time watching Johnny cook. And hope that you've learned some things. And I mean, we're not gonna, this isn't some glitzy glam kind of production. I mean, we could definitely do that if we wanted to, but what we're trying to do here is show you the real. So this is what actually happens in a live kitchen. There's mistakes, there's triumph, there's all kinds of things that goes on when you're cooking. So that's one of the things we wanted to do, is showcase the realness of it and how it's gonna work in your family, in your kitchen, so that you can see the products actually done. Lindsay, I think Johnny is tempting you with the whipped cream.
Don't worry, we will say something.
All right, so if nobody has any more questions, I guess we're about ready to sign off.
Yeah, and again, we started at a little after 6:30. It's 7:22. And it took an hour, and I cooked 2 meals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is, I cooked you 2 meals in an hour, so it doesn't take a lot of time. And spending an hour with your kids in the kitchen is well worth more time than anything.
It is, and it's so wonderful to have him in the kitchen. I'm so thankful that he does like to cook, because it does connect you as a family, and it is something that you can do together, and it's very fulfilling. But we thank all of you guys for coming in tonight. If you have any questions, if you think of it later, you can message us from the page. And like I said, Austin has a party going right now. So if there's something that you want to purchase, you should find Austin and Adrian's party, or you can contact us.
Go directly to my page from our Facebook page. You can place an order there, or you can wait till we have our launch party and do it there.
All right. Well, we thank everybody for coming on and hope y'all have a blessed evening. Bye.